Guys, welcome back to our channel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to create a login from but first of all, make sure that your Node-RED looks like this only, as you have followed the previous tutorial. So this is a complete series. This is the episode 3 of the tutorial, so don't miss any of the episodes, and if you have missed, then do check it out first, because it is not a very good idea to start by the third. This is how the dashboard looks like of the IBM Cloud, which we have installed services. There are 4 services and 1 Cloud Foundry app. So we will just start Cloudant, and we will learn more things about Cloudant in this video. That is how to store the data from registration form, how to extract that data to login for the user. So make sure that your Node-RED looks like this only. If you have followed, then there must not be any confusion between this, right? So just start the Cloudant, and I will just show you what we are going to study in this video. So make sure that there is only one database in the Cloudant. So we are also going to learn about the functions in this video. So as I mentioned, the blue tick is for deployment. So let's see the page which we are going to design at the end. So this is the basic registration page, and we have created in the previous videos, right? So this has the basic functionality, and in this video we are going to create one login page in this registration page. When you go for the login page, it only asks for email ID and password. So this is not a registration, this is basically a login page. So we are going to design it, and how to extract data from the data stored in the registration form. We are all going to see this in detail. So let's get started to this video. Just grab a simple function into our Node-RED, right? So you can see that here is the dashboard, and from here you can directly go to registration form from this, right? This button is there. I forgot to mention that button in the previous video. So this is how up till now our registration form looks like. So you go to Node-RED, and we have dragged one function to our node. So we need to store that information, right, in Cloudant, so that we can retrieve it while logging in page. So this is make sure that your Node-RED also displays the following information as I have shown in screen. That is in debug mode, all the login credentials should be displayed. So here will be a name and email and a password. So this is just saying that change your password because it has been leaked. So we have not created any this encryption for this purpose. So that's why the Chrome will show error in your computer also. Make sure that your Cloudant dashboard also looks like this, and here is the function we are going to use to store the data. So you just need to search here for the function, or you can easily drag and drop in the functions column, and simply you can paste it in our node. So this has the properties. So you can also give a name, and this is setup. Setup basically means code only, and this is the function. Here we will be doing our code, and this is the another one tab that is available in the function node. So we are going to write some code here, and you just need to copy that code. It is pretty much simple code. You can also change the appearance, icon, and input outputs for this purpose wherever you need it, right? So we are not going to discuss that much about functions. So let's start our code. So make sure that you type the code as it is, because if you go wrong in anywhere, then you may face some problems in your cloud, right? So on the first line there is message.payload equals to, and then curly brackets, and then underscore ID. So this is the ID where your email ID will be stored. So we are going to declare ID for an email. So we can search it by email address of the user, and in the future to retrieve the password or anything we want to do with that. So here our ID will be email. So we have to store the name of the user in the name bar, right? So we will just store name, then message dot payload dot name. We have created one name. So, and again we are going to store email ID of the user in this email column, right? So this is a pretty much simple program. You have to means it not a program, it is basically a simple function you have to type in your Node-RED. So just we are going to also save the password for future use, and we will store it in the password message.payload.password. So this is how the basic function looks like, and make sure to type as it is as I have mentioned, because if anything goes wrong then your Node-RED will not perform very well. So make sure that you have your name, email and password in the debug column. Only then you will be able to store in your database. So and this measure.payload.name is for taking the name, that is here name is Rapto Learning, and yeah, make sure that it is visible, right? So sometimes you may have happened that error comes and you will ignore that, so make sure to remove that all the errors and then proceed to the steps. After taking all the steps, just click on the done, and then you have to link this form to the function, right? Because we are going to store that data into the function. So just join the two nodes of the form and the function, and this blue dot is showing that you have not deployed again. So just make sure that you type all this correctly, because if anything goes wrong here, then you will not able to store the data in your cloud. And so just hit on done and deploy your project. If anything error atom, then it will show that it is undeployed, and something error will happen if you anything goes wrong, right? Simply search for Cloudant in the nodes, right? So we just need here Cloudant in, right? We don't need Cloudant in for this purpose. We are going to only need Cloudant out. That means we are going to store some data to our Cloudant. So this red triangle is because we have not created anything in the function of the Cloudant. So we need to give some instructions to what to do this with the Cloudant that we have created. So let's get into that. Here you can see there is database operation, and this name is available, settings, and the various options are available. That is, we can change the icon, we can change input type, output, and whatnot is available in the Cloudant node. For storing any data, we have to first create the database of it, right? So we will go to our Cloudant, that is in the available in the resource list as I have mentioned previously. So if your Cloudant is not running or anything, just close the tab and open it again. So basically we are going to create one database which we will write its name here on the Node-RED, and that data will go into the databases. So here is the option to create database. So you have to just click on that option, and there is a database name you have to mention, right? So for now we will mention the name, and it is asking for partition, non-partitioned and everything of that stuff. So intentionally I have wrote this name because many of you will do this mistake in while creating your chatbot. So this is the info about the creating database, or what is a partition database. So we are just going to do a non-partition database. So many of you will face this because capital digits, capital alphabets are not allowed in your database name. So make sure that all the letters that you mentioned are small only. So just create we will just make it small, though you can add underscores between them. So it will create your database, and database has been successfully created in my case. So in your case it may fail one or two times, but make sure that you try it. This is how the database actually looks like. So we just need to mention the database name here that we have used, right? So please mention the database name you have created. That is, I have created one database user data, so I will mention that name here. Tick this option because for now we are only going to store a message payload object into database. Make sure to click this option. Also give a name to this, but for now I will not give any name. So just move forward and click on the done. That is the user data Cloudant out is generated. So the blue mark is for deployment. So click on the Cloudant, and this we will just give it a name for no, name is not required. So let's we will just open this once, and we will just name it as Cloudant, our Cloudant, and this will appear here. This is only if you want to give it a name. So just deploy it, and it has been successfully deployed. So make sure that you are also is deployed, because if you mention the name here wrong, then it will be not be successfully deployed. You may get some errors. So you may be wondering where the data will be stored. So in the cloud end section, this user data is available, the another database. This option, from now when you will hit the submit button, it will directly store into the cloud end. So let's see if our cloud end has stored something. So message.payload has been successfully executed and our information is available, that is name, email id and password, but here it is not showing anything. So just refresh the page, it will show number of docs as one. So as you can see here, we have achieved the data from the registration form that is showed in the user data database. And here you can see the id which we have created as email will be our id, and here is the password and all these things. So there are many options available here in the cloud end also. So we will just make another I will just show you how it is there, so that there is no chance of any mistakes. I am telling you this many times because it is the most important part. Please mention the name, email and password as I have mentioned, right? So the syntax will be as displayed on the screen, and I will also give some GitHub links in the description below to access this project directly. So here all the things are available. Please make sure that your all things are also available on the cloud and services also. So now just go on the cloud end and make sure once again that all the services are active and running. So many of you will get error that please sign in into cloud end. So make sure that you will close that tab and again enter into cloud end through this step that I will show you, that is you can launch this dashboard here also, or please relaunch the dashboard of the cloud end if you are getting sign in error option, and it has the capacity and here are documents available. So is free, that is we can read only 20 and write 10 per second. So if you are facing any login issue or it is asking for sign in again and again, then I will show you where the sign in of your cloud end will be available to you. So just go to the resource list again. Now we have to go to the cloud end services, not through the services, but this time you go through this cloud foundry services that is available. So just click on this link that is available. So when this link will be open, then you can see that your dashboard of the basic services that are available on the cloud end. So these are the connections, right? So this is the connection and this will be your email id and root. So whenever you face any difficulties, just log in through this root, right? So if it also doesn't work, then please make sure to restart the cloud end, or in the worst case please delete the cloud end and reinstall it again. So when you click on the service credential, this is alias off, and you will get this resource credentials, right? So just make sure to I will show you how to get your login id and password. So just go to the resources again. So this will be the resources page, right? So in this page you can directly launch your dashboard, or you can search for service credentials available here, right? So when you click down this arrow below, you can see that here is your username, and above this 3 to 4 lines there is your password. So you have to enter this if your cloud end is asking for username and password many times. So the safe way is again to launch your dashboard directly from here. So let's move on to our topic. So for now we have stored the data successfully into the cloud end, right? So we just need to create one another form for login credentials, right? So this triangle is because, as I mentioned, that because we have not created anything, so we will just create one another form. So we will need a new UI for login form, right? Because it will be very difficult from registration form. So we will mention here the name. This is a login form. So just click on the this is a registration page. This will be available on new UI tab. So just make sure that you click that option. So here is our registration form, and we successfully created this. So after creating this, you again you have to add this form. This is again showing some error, that is the red line is coming, right? So make sure that you do not have any red lines on your form, otherwise it will not be get deployed on your node, right? So this is where our error is coming down. So when you go to its properties, we will just here icon is the dashboard and status is enabled. Make sure that it is enabled, and we will change this name as login page. Make sure your also form looks like this only, and then update it, and then you will see that error is gone. So and you can also adjust its size, how much your form will appear on the screen. For creating this form, we only need to know the email ID and the password, and just match them. If they match successfully, then we will show the message that's login successfully, otherwise login failed. So we will type your name as email, and we will add one other element, that is password, for taking password from the users. So after creating this field, we will just give it a name as password, and make sure you tick this required for both of them, and we will just select here for as password. So make sure you do not select here text, please select password here, and all seems good. There are two buttons, that is submit and cancel, that is fine for our development. So our form has been successfully created, and we have to deploy it. So just click on the deploy option. So make sure to deploy your forms or anything you perform on Node, otherwise it will not appear on your UI screen, right? So as you can see, there are two pages available, that is one is the login page and one is the registration page. Here are the three fields, that is name, email and password, while on the login page there are only two fields, that is email and password, and you can log in through that. So we will perform some further operations on this. We'll again attach one function that is used to search, right, in our database, if this email ID or password is available in our database or not, and everything of that stuff. So to search that thing, that is we have to set some global variables, that is first global variable will be email. So we will store this by email, that is we will verify email address, and with reference to their user's password. So password may be same, but email ID should be unique, right? So this is why we are going to use this method, a message.payload.email, and then we are going to again set a global dot set is now we are going to check for a password. So we will just declare a password that is global. This is a function of JavaScript, right? If you know JavaScript, it may be very easy for you to code in this, but if you don't know any programming language, as I mentioned, this course is meant for, so you just need to type this code as it is. So first is the email ID that we are going to verify, and next thing is the password we are going to verify, and these both are correct, then we will display some message, otherwise we will display another message. So this seems to be perfect code. So just copy it and pause the screen and copy it to your cloud and dashboard. So just click on the done option here, and here we have to check in this database, right? This is the email and this is the password. We are going to check that through these variables that we have declared, right? That is email ID and password. Through this these two are the variables, simple variables we are going to use to compare them. So click on the done and join this form. So just deploy this function also. So this all seems perfect. So now we will deploy our function, and make sure to join our function to our form, and this is basically pretty much of the login form we have done. To search in our database the variables that we have declared, email ID and password, we have to match them, right? So for that we will declare some queries, right? We will raise a query in this database. Here you can see the option to new search index, that is in the design documents you will get this option, new search index. Just click on that option and just type the code as I mentioned in this video, right? So I will first show you the code, which if you make a simple mistake, what it will be impacted on your cloud, right? So this is the simple mistake I am going to show you. That is the most common mistake users make while doing this code. What is the index? So index means the id for which we are searching, that is email id. We are searching by email id, so we will write here email, and this we will write the code email id, and then store dot true we are going to mention that. So make sure that this is the pretty mistake what I am going to display to you. Don't write this code, write this in later of this program when I said it is the correct code, right? So this is the this will give you an error, that is you have to mention here the dot operator, right? So if you type semicolon or anything like that, it will give you an error. So this is basically how the email id will be checked in your cloud database. So please make sure that you will write this correctly, and then the dot operator, because I have failed 2 or 3 times and spent more than 2 hours on this simple error, right? So you may get it. That's why I am going to show you that to mention comma after the email id, and then store dot true, and this is pretty much a good giving me an error, right? So we'll just fix this error. So you may think that this is the error is gone, that means it should work properly, right? So this is not the case. You have to mention everything as it is, as I have mentioned below. So I will also give the links of the GitHub links of this code in the description below, and you just have to copy and paste this code in your Node-RED. Just give a name for this, that is user. I am going to give it user. So index name also, a new search, you erase that term and give user as name, index name. Now click on the type, that is type. You take this as a standard only. So standard will be our type of the data, and this is the code that we are going to raise a query for our search operation. Once again check the brackets and all which I have mentioned, right? So in the function column, what this email is, so you have to make sure that this is where the email you have typed, and password, make sure that this doc after that, this is the same as mentioned. So I have mentioned your email id, that was wrong, so I have corrected it. This is a simple mistake users make while in the cloud, and right, so don't make this silly mistake, it may impact on your code. So this is now a little bit complicated, but create the document and build inlet. So this is asking me for again sign in or username and password. So I will just make sure that you will not get this error, and I have mentioned how to get your username and password from this. So I have again logged into my cloud, and when you save this, you will get this window, that is this email id and a registration page which you have mentioned email id in your previous code. So I will just type 2-3 emails extra, email id extra, registration. That means I am going to type some registration again and again in this form. So as you can see, my field is still empty. That means I have made some mistake in typing the code. So I intentionally showed you this mistake of mine, because what happens when you create all the project, then it may impact your whole project. This is how your query looks like, and you have to make sure that your code that you have written is pretty much correct only. So we will just go again to our database, and this is where the design library is there. This is where your query is stored. So this is the documents file where it will search for this code, and I will show you the correct code, what it is for this particular type. So you just need to be patient, and I will just create another function before showing you that code. I will just show you how to create another function that will perform the that is login credential. It will check. So make sure that you have all mentioned this properly in your Node-RED. So after doing this, we are going to create one function that we have dragged previously, right? So let's make some changes to this function and add some functionality to it. But so just double click on the function and this window will appear, and you mentioned all this as I have mentioned in this program, right? Again we will search for the node, that is we have to now we have to check the data. So we will take the cloud and in option node here, and we will just apply the steps which we have applied for the previous cloud, and that is we will mention some data type, search by, and then name. In this we will search by id, that is id which we have mentioned previously, that is email id. So we will type the name of the database, that is user data, and then we will type the name of the cloud and if you want to. So a search index design document, what is the design document, that is user, and index name is also user we have mentioned. So this is how you will enter the cloud and in node. So just click on the done option available at the top right corner. So we have successfully created one cloud, and to take our email id and password into the cloud and database. So what will happen in this operation, that your the program will come into this designed library that is in the database and will execute this for you instead of doing it manually by yourself. Now we have created another cloudent and one function, so we just need to join the two functions that is available on the nodes, and then in this this pretty much is sorted, and in this we have to join all these functionalities. So the blue dotted lines is because we have not deployed them yet. So we will use another one functionality here, and we will drag and drop another one function. But before doing this dragging and dropping another function to display the login successful or failed message, first we need to check that our all this is correct or not, and there is a negligible chance of any errors to appear here. So we have not mentioned anything in this function, and it's time to make some changes in this function also. So we will just make some small changes to this function. So but first we need to display our message, so, and we need to join this to our user cloud and right. So we will first deploy the services. So we will go into the dashboard and we will directly go here, and we will create some random email IDs, that is abcd@d.com is very common. So I will generate some email ID, that is qwerty@t.com, qwerty@g.com, qwerty@h.com, but password I will give this the same. So when you come to the login page, as you know, we need to only mention this email ID and password here, and when we try to give it the email ID and password, then wait, I will show you the error that I am talking previously, that I have spent more time on this error. So here you can see that it has been error, that is couch return 404, that is this is the error what I am talking about. So I have intentionally left this error, otherwise the error comes from the cloud end, which in the queries section, right? So I have not properly written the syntax of this. So just make sure that this email ID and password matches with the query you have created. To edit this, just go here. So here we have to mention curly brackets, that is store or true should be in curly brackets. So please make sure that you don't make some silly mistakes like this. You will have many more consequences for that. So this is the correct code you need to type in your cloud end, right? So please take a note of that, the previous one was wrong. So make sure to subscribe our Telegram channel, because we will be providing some premium Udemy courses for free on our Telegram channel, and just save the documents. So you will search here by email ID, that is email ID and then brackets, and then as I mentioned, I have created many email IDs to that registration form. So qwerty@g.com, now it is showing password and as well as email ID. So we will just try to input it to different email ID that is quality@g.com, h.com or t.com. As you can see, I have created 3 email IDs like that. So this message.payload is now working fine. Now we have tried to log in through this submit button, and let's go take a look at Node-RED, right? So we'll just debug option, that is null. It is again showing null. This is because we have not created this, right? So just go to the previous steps and I will just change the email ID and see what are the changes reflected. So we have not, this is because we have not mentioned anything in our second function. We just need to deploy it again. So it has been successfully deployed again, and then we are going to once again try to log in it through. So this is error is gone, but it is showing now empty, right? So what to do after this? So you just need to make sure that this all is correct in your program. So let's now check the functions also. So this all looks fine. So done. And in this function I have mentioned this code, right? So make sure you also mention this code in your function too. So we will check on done. So I have made changes into the function and all things now look just fine. So we will take a look at this function in the and we will write some code here to display that login is successful or it is not available. So this is just copy the password path and you have to paste it here. So just type the code as I have mentioned, that is if payload.password is coming true, right? That is we are going to display login successful, otherwise we will be showing that login failed and everything like that. We'll first check for the password, that is password matches with the data in our cloud. And so password equals to, that is in JavaScript you have to write the equal to 3 times. So this is the final code that you are going to write in your this function, right? So this is password message.payload is login successful, else it is login failed. So now you have to click on this node that is between user data and message.payload, and you have to delete this node, and this node should pass through the function. So to delete any flow, just click on this and press the delete button that is available on your keyboard, right? So you cannot just drag and drop this entire node, so please take a note of that. So I recommend you to take a look at our Telegram channel. We will be providing some premium Udemy courses for free. That courses will be 100% off coupons. You will get more benefit out of it. So this is how our flow will look like when we attach function and just press deploy. So when we are going to try logging in once again. So we will just try with a different email, and then we will see what are the results. So this is the result when I tried to log in with a different email. So it is quality@d.com. I have registered it and then logged in through this. So a login is successful, and as I have mentioned that if my password has been mistaken, right, so it will display as login failed. So when you click on the submit button, so this will ask for cloud and sign in many times, so you must take care of that. I have mentioned how to solve this error in this video. So you just need to launch your dashboard again, and our services has been running fine, and we will discuss some advanced techniques in the coming videos. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, because you will be getting more informative videos on this channel. So you may be wondering why this quality@d.com. So I have registered it through the registration page. So you can also register many emails through this and create a login page through this. So this is pretty much simple, right? So when you type the password wrong, you will get an error that is login successful or failed. So this is how the basic Cloud Run function looks like. And thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe our channel.